So today, what I thought we would dive into is going deeper into how does it actually work that we're going from having chosen and having created what we've created in our lives, right? And then we go into our end result and we choose our end result, and then we go about recoding any resistance. But the key that sometimes gets lost in the choosing of the true choice is that it's chosen from a place of still being stuck in the old, what we created before, right? Which keeps us oscillating. But even if we're not oscillating, what happens is when we try to change or try to create from a place of already, from here I am stuck in this and I want to be somewhere else. And so I'm going to do all of this stuff. I'm going to push matter with matter. I'm pushing. So I'm going to try and do all these things to create something new, right? How many of you have tried that? You're going, okay, I want to create something new. So I'm going to work really hard to create it. And then you find either it's too hard, you hit resistance and you stop, or it just takes a really long time. Let me see, type a yes in the chat. Tell me if you've had that experience where it's like, it just feels like you're working, you're pushing the river, or you've got this huge boulder and you're going, oh my God, I know I don't want to be broke anymore. I've tried having a job. I've tried having a business. I've tried. And it's just like I'm pushing the river, right? And there's a couple ways we can look at this. Like, how many of you ever heard of alchemy, where they turn lead into gold? Turning lead into gold, right? They're talking vibrationally. They're not talking literally so much as vibrationally. How you turn lead into gold is you go from low vibration to high vibration, right? And what that is in the whole study of alchemy, it's going from what they call nigredo, which is fixed. So it's fixed, it's solid, it's dense. Nigredo is dense. So think of that as, okay, here I am. I've created this in my life. You know what I have right now, whether I like it or not, no big deal, whatever it is. But it's fixed, right? It exists in my life. So here I am fixed. And I want to go to a different fixed position, right? So I want to go to a fixed position. I'm in lack. I want to go to a fixed position of abundance, right? So we go into the end result. We feel the end result. We get into this more spacious, expanded sense, right? That's when you go from nigredo to albedo, which is going from the fixed to the volatile. So the volatile is when we go into what Chris often calls the wizard gates. We go into the spacious, expanded sense of our existence. So we go from very fixed into expanded consciousness, where all possibilities are available to us. When we're in that expanded state, when we're expanded and everything, we're open to everything, it's very volatile. It's volatile, meaning it's not solid, it's more ethereal, right? So it's possibilities. So in that space, there's all possibilities. You can choose whatever you want. You can choose what you're already in. You can choose your true choice. You can choose 100 million other things, right? So in that expanded sense is where all possibility, it's the wizard's gate, where we're not attached. We're not resisting what we're in. We're not attached to what we're in, and we're not attached to where we're going. We're in an expanded state. So it's kind of like it's a very deep meditative state. It's probably like a delta or a theta state, brainwave. But it's kind of like when you think about having had a really powerful dream at night. So you've had this really powerful dream at night and you wake up and you remember it. It's so vivid, right? And you go, oh my God, I'm never going to forget that dream. That dream blew me away. But you don't write it down. You don't do anything with it. And an hour or two, a day later, it's gone, right? How many of you have had that experience where you've had a powerful dream? You wake up and you think, yeah, just type in the chat. I only can see a couple of you. I can only see a couple at the top. So type in the chat, yes, if you had that experience where you've had a powerful dream and it's touched you and you've got, oh my God, I will never forget this dream because it is so powerful, but you don't write it down. And then you go, I can't remember the dream. You go to tell somebody, but it's gone, right? So yeah. So why does that happen? Why do you think that happens? Just think about it for a minute. That's when we've gone into, basically gone from Negredo to albedo. So we're in albedo where it's not fixed, it's volatile. If without fixing it on the physical plane by writing it down, doing whatever the insight was, you're not fixing it. So it's going to stay up here and it's just going to float away. It's just going to be, and that's what happens if we go into that higher state of consciousness. Like people who are big dreamers, if they have all these great dreams, all these great ideas, and they're just kind of in that this idea phase of just, oh, but things are ethereal there. They're not fixed. So we have to go from this fixed position to move to where we are. So creating that tension structure, we go, okay, here's what I'm choosing, but here's where I am. So we go from this fixed, here I am. We go up to all possibility into the wizard's gate. We choose the possibility we want, which is our true choice. We say, okay, I choose this choice. Then we bring it back into the fixed. And how we do that is with the next obvious action step and taking that step, actually doing what's next. So without actually bringing it into form, it'll just float away. Have any of you had that even with things that you like? I can be an idea person. I can have lots of ideas, but they just kind of come and go unless I start taking action and go, actually, I am going to choose that one because that one excites me. That's the one that really excites me. That existence, that idea of going, oh, here I am. Here's what I created. But I actually want to create this thing. And this thing really excites me. So I want to go into that expanded state of consciousness, which we do a little bit with when we go into the end result. But for certain things that are really solid, what I find is I have to go into a more expanded state. I have to actually really let go of my resistance or my attachment to the old. Because when we get stuck in something that's like, I'm so broke that I have to get out of this. I have to get out of this. Like, or we're ill, we have a diagnosis. It's like, oh my God, I'm really sick. I don't have any energy. Blah, blah, blah. We have to get out of it into the more expanded state to choose what we want. Because when we're solidly stuck in this, just spending a couple seconds in our true choice may not be enough for us to really. And actually, sometimes people even have a hard time getting to their true choice because you haven't actually let go. You actually have to let go of the old. We actually have to go from, I can't, this can't be, I can't be broke anymore. I can't be, I've got to get well or whatever it is. I've got to fix this relationship. To go from either I can't have it the way it is, so I'm pushing it away, I'm resisting it, or I'm grabbing a hold what that new thing that I want. It's like, oh, I've got to have that. I've got to have that. Either one of those is keeping you in the fixed state. So we need to go into the expanded state of consciousness, into the go from the Negredo, which is the fixed, into the albedo, which is the expanded. I think even if you think about how Christ said, you have to come unto me to seek the kingdom of heaven, right? It's like you have to go into that expanded consciousness to seek to have your kingdom of heaven here on earth, right? But you have to go into the expanded state. Once you're in the expanded state, just staying in an expanded state won't bring this into fruition. You actually have to go into that expanded state and go, okay, I choose this, and then take action towards your true choice.